Hi there, my name is Marcus Pedal, and welcome to a School Business Services webinar going through the top 5 frequently asked questions of RM Finance. To start with, the first question we're going to be answering is how you add a customer or income source. So to do this, you go to Transactions, followed by Income. In the Income Source box, select the magnifying glass, followed by the Create New tab just down at the bottom of the list. Enter the account code and full name of the source, which are the only mandatory items, as well as any other information that you might have. Once all that information has been entered, select the Save button and your supplier has been added. We're now going to be moving on to adding a bank account. So from the home screen, we go to System, followed by System Setup. Then select the Bank Details tab. There, I'll have a list of all your current accounts that you have set up. So we select the Add on the right-hand side of the screen. In this bank account pop-up window, we enter all the bank details as required. So we have our account name, account number, sort code, identifier, financial summary. So we choose whether or not gross or net values will be reported, whether or not this bank account will be the default account, and finally whether or not we're going to allow back payments. Once all information is entered, we select the Save button, and the bank account has been added. We're now going to be moving on to editing an income or expenditure transaction. Now, if you posted an income or expenditure transaction incorrectly, there is not a function to edit the transaction for audit purposes. Therefore, any mistakes are corrected by reversing the transaction and reposting it. To find a transaction you want to reverse, search for this in the inquiry section. Use the filter on the left-hand side here to narrow down your search. Once located, go to Transactions, followed by Adjustments and Corrections. Select either Income Reversal or Expense Reversal. Type in the voucher number to and from, even if it is only one voucher, and click Search. The transaction will then appear in the middle of the screen here. In the bottom, once you've highlighted the transaction, select Reverse in the bottom right-hand corner. A post-income reversal pop-up is displayed. The date of correction and description are pre-filled, but you can edit them if necessary. Click Post to post the reversal. A green message bar at the top of the screen lets you know that this has been completed successfully. The next area we're going to look into is how you increase the amount of a budget. So to start with, we go to Transactions and then Budget. We select the budget account that we wish to increase the value of, then change the type to income. The processing date will default to today's date. You can then enter an amount, a short reference, and some further details. Once double checked, we can select Post, and we're then asked to confirm this. If you're transferring an amount from one budget to another, this is to be done as a environment. So following the same path, Transactions and then Budget, we then choose environments. Select the budget account that the money is coming from, as well as the account that the money is going to. We'll then enter the amounts, short reference, and some further details. Once all required information is entered, we select Save Line, and a summary of the transaction will appear in the bottom of the screen. Once you've double-checked that, select the Post button, and the transaction will be processed. To check what you've done is correct, you can retrieve a environment printout report when finished. This is important for audit trail purposes and governors, especially when budgets are being significantly changed. To check if this setting is switched on, go to System and then System Setup. Then go to the Options tab. You scroll down to Environment Type and make sure that the With Environment Report box is selected. Now, the last question we're going to be answering is how you unreconcile a transaction. It's from the home screen, go to Transactions and Adjustments and Corrections. We then select Unreconcile. From the bank account drop-down list, select the bank account or funds you want to unreconcile. You may also add the date or reference for this reconciliation. If so, enter it into the relevant boxes. All transactions are then listed under transaction groups. Select the line you want to unreconcile. To unreconcile a transaction, set the reconcile toggle to no as follows. Alternatively, you can use the checkbox at the top of the column. When you finish marking any grouped or single transactions that should be unreconciled, click Update. Check the information in the Unreconcile pop-up window to confirm